How you guys doing? My name Willie Frazier. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, native, born and raised. I grew up in a neighborhood called Dexter, um, on the Detroit West Side. Um, Pretty much it. It's a good neighborhood. Had a crazy childhood. A lot of family from there, from my neighborhood. Know everybody. Is right, kind of in the middle between the east and west. So know a lot of people through that area, and that's pretty much it for where I grew up. Growing up in Detroit, it's funny. It's like if you're from the city, growing up in Detroit could be fun if you know what to get into, but at the same time, growing up in the city can be difficult because you know what you could get into. So, growing up for me, definitely a challenge and a struggle, just due to kind of don't know how to put it, but just low economics. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Always, it's always a struggle to find something to do positive for yourself and good outlooks and stuff like that. But as long as you're making money, growing up in the city could be fun. But if you not making on your paper, if you're not handling your business, yeah, it's gonna be a tough city. Yeah, very tough. Growing up for me though, it was good for the most part. You know, trying to work a couple jobs and stuff. Staying on my hustle. Trying to be an entrepreneur. So for me, it was good though, cause I'm doing my thing with the entrepreneurship. So I'm happy. Life for me, just growing up, making money and just business wise. For me, I'm pretty young, so I didn't get my first job till I was 20. So through that whole process of me growing up to be 20, it was hell, I say, cause you gotta go to school. You know, certain kids might be fresh and stuff, so it could bring complications. So for me, like, I was a hustler early. I remember even back with my best friend, we was maybe in seventh, sixth grade, real young. We was selling candies, bubble gums, chips. That's why I began to learn how to hustle. In seventh, sixth grade, I kind of elevated because I was good on my money. I built me a little crew. I jumped into selling other products. So because I really couldn't get a job. That's to be honest. And I ain't like I wanted to choose hustling as a profession. It just come as nature because a lot of people can't get jobs, and a lot of people in the home, like it could be your mother, she could have a job and she just not making enough to get ends meet, or what you want or what you need. So I always had them times where that extra 150, 200, whatever it was, would come in handy. So I was out hustling cigarettes, weed, whatever that made money. And I'm 26 now. I got my first job. I kind of didn't like the workforce world too much. For me, I always been in the boss position where I learned how to make money, and so from being in that, I struggle with things as far as working because my dad he worked for the city of Detroit for about 32 years out of his life, and then it kind of made me scared because when I seen him work so hard and he was about to get his pension, and now they offer 401ks. There's no such thing as pensions. When he was about to get his pension, they took it away from him, so it kind of discouraged me. So I never really felt loyalty with any corporations, jobs, big three, and I just seen the cycle in life because this happened also throughout the '60s. Most people don't study their history, but I do. But I don't find no jobs or nothing. I find it as a stepping stone to get to where you want to go. So I'm just always in entrepreneur mode. Like I want to be a millionaire, and I know working for a company just won't get it to me. It'll help me out, take care of my family day to day, but I'm a hustler, and that's always what I'm gonna be. I want to be a millionaire. It's many opportunities. You could just make a phone app, something simple, and your life will change. So that's kind of what it is about me and money. Everything I went through just from learning how to hustle on the streets and everything, and even in work because trust me, they hustle and work too. even on the job. But I feel like it's kind of the 50 Cent complex. You know what I'm saying? It's like get rich without trying. You know, I just feel like it shaped me because I'm still here, I'm still living, so I had to be doing something right to adapt to the conditions. Um, it shaped me because I feel like I'm a shark now. You know, I know it's levels in life. Even when you talking about millionaires and people who get big money, it's sharks. Them sharks bigger than the sharks that's on the bottom level. You know, it's the dudes is running $400 million Ponzi schemes every day. Like this is business. This is America. America is a business. Most people think of it as a country, but it's a business. And for me, being a hustler and learning the ground up from being a worker to a lookout to a boss of certain organizations, um, turned me into a leader, hell of a leader, strong, know how to be respected, command respect, and it taught me that also that there's more opportunities out here in life than what we give ourselves because I never thought I could, well, I make music now, so on my own label or whatever. So I never thought I could do that. I never dreamed about being a mogul or selling clothes. I only thought my life was I'm gonna be a drug dealer, literally, and maybe go to jail, and that's all I knew. So from me taking that aspect and then changing it into the business world and legal world a little bit more, it just makes me more of a shark. You can put me in any situation. I could sell salt to a snail. I could sell water to a whale. If you put me somewhere, I'm gonna come out as a boss and as a leader. It's the same thing with dudes in the military. When you put them out on that killing field and that battlefield, some people that's want to take orders, and there's some people that want to give orders, and I'm just a give order type of person. And I feel like I'm gonna be the next Jay Z. So I say what I went through definitely worked for sure, for sure. Dealing with trauma and pain, that's an interesting question because it's kind of sensitive for me because as much as I've been a leader and feel like I'm a boss, that's something that nobody never want to show. Nobody want to show, little Jody Joe got shot, but since he was the other side, that you really can't feel for Jody Joe, or you become an opposition to the ones you with and stuff like that. So trauma, it kind of just is a numbing factor, but what I learned in my experience, all people do with trauma is abuse drugs and abuse medications, and a lot of people don't even know that they suffer from mental illness before they even start with a lot of the drugs. And that's like one of the factors with me, I study from my own little things that bother me, as far as mental illness. Uh, Me growing up, I didn't know that I had a behavior disorder. Like most people thought that mental illness is, oh, you crazy or you retarded, which was me too, thinking that because I was ignorant, you know. But I found out as I got grown that I had a behavior disorder, but I never knew because nobody never acknowledged me about it, or I never seen people talk about it. And with me doing drugs only made it worse because I didn't know I already had a mental illness from the start. Mixing it with drugs was going to make it catastrophic. Okay, like I'll tell you me for an example. Like one of the mental disorders I suffer with is just emotions. Like I'm emotionless. Like I'm pretty numb to everything. And from me being numb as a human being on a sober note, I'm hurt. I'm always in stress. My body in pain. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to be a soldier. I'm trying to be tough for everybody, everything. But then when I do the drugs, or as far as liquor, weed, lean, Percocets, things of that nature, it tends to come out. And I never could figure out. I always was at a fight with myself. Like, why is this happening? Why am I acting like this? But when I'm sober, I'm always straight up, so assertive. But when I get into my feelings a little bit, or if I'm feeling a vibe, it comes out. So I had to learn the difference. Firstly, I had to learn most of the individuals and cats I deal with, it been junkies and J's. I've been serving my whole life. I never knew they had mental illnesses. And I never knew that the mental illnesses was the reason why they was abusing these drugs. And I could never understand like how these guys don't want to get money and you living in an abandoned house or you living out of a car or a shack or an abandoned storefront, but just to do your dope is what you chasing and that's what makes you happy. So I learned that it's two sides. It's the user and it's the pusher. And we both is caught into the same triangle of the system. And cause even though we pushing dope and heroin in one form and maybe a powder form to what we call a dope fiend or a crackhead, we abusing the same thing on our side. Just because we got a little extra couple dollars to show don't mean much because guess what? We still doing lean. We still popping perks, Xannies. They kill probably more this generation than the old school generation. But that's a fair debate. But yeah, I fell into lean addiction, perky addiction, you know, just want to numb the pain, you know. A lot of my friends end up dead. Watched one of my friends die on my face, get shot about 30 times. I got shot that day. A couple more of my friends got shot, you know what I'm saying? It was a whole big situation, all on the news and stuff, you know. And you just get numb. You just become a better killer or something. I don't know. Like, I would ask a military veteran, what do you do when you see people get shot in your face and you're all in the war zone? You either get numb or you get got too. So I turned to drugs so I could go day by day, you know. I was so addicted to lean at one point that my brother would come in the house and be like, bro, what's wrong with you? This not you. Because I wasn't making money. I couldn't even focus on keeping my money in my pocket because I'm somewhere dozing off the perk. You know what I'm saying? Trying to roll up a bleel or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the trauma real, and that's something I don't think most people are ready for. Like, I'm not ready for it, you know? Because every day is little challenges that you got to deal with, you know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing you gonna know. It just come random. Like, if a J come to you early and throwing up 8, 9, 10 in the morning, I wasn't prepared for that, but hey, you gonna want them to get off your porch for one. And sometimes these people really be your family. Like, I'd have literally served my uncle crack because I'm watching him steal from my grandma. You know what I'm saying? Trauma. Bust out the windows because he hurting. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, yeah, it was his choice to use the drug or whatever, and now he caught up in it. He caught up in the matrix. So what do? Do you want grandma crying? Or do you want to kill your cousin? Because that's the only thing that's going to come next. If he keep messing up, violating grandma's house, we're going to have to do something. Or, you know, that's my uncle and I love him. Let me just get him out the way for the day. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't prepared for that. Made me numb. My uncle cried to me, man. Said, nephew, thank you, man. I don't even know how to tell you how much I appreciate this. It's just the fact that he looking at his nephew serving him crack, man. And he ain't got the money. And I know he hurting because I know how I would be if I'm out there hurting, you know? And it's an understanding. Some of my best friend mamas did heroin. I had to sell too. And they sold too. And you know, it's just like, that is something crazy, yo. Like, the trauma, all I can say about this trauma stuff, nobody prepared for it, you know? Gotta live it, though. So I'm just numb. I'm really numb. You know, I'm just numb. Honestly, it gave me humility. It turned me into a pacifist. It turned me into a person that was smarter. It just gave me more understanding because I wasn't ignorant no more. You know, like I used to watch all type of gangster movies and even just dealing with it on the block, seeing it every day because I live right in the hood. So it wasn't like you just about to be like, hey, I'm living in the suburbs, I can escape it today. No, you can't escape it. So you got to go through seeing this stuff. But it gave me more of a conscious of understanding and don't judge people, you know, because this crackhead was once a basketball player that had a mama that loved him. Period. And he was a 4.0 student at once. You know, and even for me, I was a 4.0 student, you know. And I used to always remember as a kid, like, you know, people dissing crackheads or users or dope fiends. Like, man, he a dope fiend. Man, go on, man, forget him. And, you know, dissing them, you know, with disrespect and disregard. And my life changed for some of them reasons because every person I ever sold to was family. And if family hurting, I'm here for you. Family would tell me so much game, and I would never know, like, damn, a fiend could teach you this much? I'm thinking he dumb. But one of the experiences I learned, where I learned the most from, um, they said, you could learn more from a nigga that has nothing than you could learn from a nigga that has the most. Only because I could learn from the mistakes of the dude that has nothing. Most of the dudes that got all the game, the secrets, these days they want you to pay to know the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody. I watch YouTube and stuff all day, and people trying to give away secrets on how to be rich, and then every time you click on an ad, oh, buy this, buy this, buy that, buy that, buy this, buy that, and then don't nobody end up being rich. So I call it considerably a legal scheme. Because most of the people, they give you the information, and half the people don't even still know how to use the information without a teacher to specifically direct you in that direction. So, like I say, man, I just learned so much from the people on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way it affected me, it made me better in just being like a better human being. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them people love me so much. And that's why I never could turn on the hood or never could turn on my people. That's why I learned what being a gang member was. Because even cops is a gang. And I know I go so much off the topic, people could never follow me. But I'm just saying, like, even the hood is a gang. Cops used to come to the hood, and this is my grandma generation. So my grandma's still living. Not my great grandma, but my grandmother. And you know, the police used to beat down my uncles for being YBI. Beat down my uncles for being pony. And don't take them to jail. Oh no, they take their dope and take their money and leave them in the alley. So you gotta have these gangs to protect yourself. Just like in Compton, just like the Bloods, just like the Crips, you know. Police is a gang. Firefighters is a gang. Everything in America is a business and a gang. And so, like I said, you know, I'm for the low lives. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to see me talking down on the people that don't have nothing, man, because that's my family. And, you know, I'm against anybody that disrespect that. So if I see you disrespecting the older cat or, you know, a guy that you call undesirable, you going to have an issue, you know. And that's the type of people that I really get up with, because wherever I'm at, I'm respected. And the people I roll with is like that. So we don't do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so much game I really want to say. I can't even say everything, but yeah, we don't do that, you know what I'm saying? So you a white collar brother, or, you know, you a corner brother. And a corner brother could translate to many levels, just like a white collar brother. But just translation meaning, if you a white collar brother, that means you do everything straight edge by the book, like my dad. Nothing wrong with that. It's respectable. It's commendable. If that's what life gives you to go with. Hey, don't nobody want to be no criminal. Don't nobody want to be selling no drugs. Don't nobody want to be caught up in that circle of gang violence and stuff that we all know perpetuates to jail, hospital, or, you know, death. So, be a straight edge brother. That's one of the pros to Detroit. If you can move everything the right way, meaning when you born, you go to school. 16, you get a car. 18, you get college. 18 after that, by the time you're 22, you graduate with a career, boom, you out the door. And don't forget, your parents better have been well off too with all of that of your life. Average person, that's not gonna happen. Average. Your parents, they're gonna have struggles. So that means you're gonna have struggles. So that means when you're 16 and you're a kid, you're gonna fall behind. You're not gonna get that car. Just like I was, just like damn near all my brothers was. That's why we was robbing, stealing, killing in the streets at 15, 14, you know. So I guess to give it a title, now I'm getting into the cons. The pros was your parents well off, you start school, you graduate, decent grades, maybe get a scholarship, they give you a car, you go to college. That's the pros. So if you in Detroit laying like that, you perfect. Clearly. So y'all pros out the way. Cons, it's not gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? Your mama might be on welfare. My mama on welfare. Still to this day. From the time I was born to now. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I still supposed to expect government cheese every day? No, people get tired of that hard ass cheese, bro. So what we do with what they call a con, but it is my pro, but they call it a con, so I'm gonna give it to you how it's supposed to be. Um, for the cons, you gotta cut corners, man. Um, it's if it's a legal, legit life to live, then it's an illegitimate life to live where you can kind of make it look legal. So I'll give you an example. Okay. 15, struggling as a kid. None of my friends have jobs. We starving. We can't go home to eat because what do we say about these cons? Your family, your mother, your father might not be there. You already struggling. You damn near don't even want to go home because your mama might be getting her ass beat by her baby daddy who's an ex-dope fiend. So this is what I'm really trying to give people. Like, I'm not trying to be fake because when I walk outside the door, ain't none of them pros on GG. And when I say GG, most people don't understand. It's not no gang. It's just my great grandma. So you gotta cut corners to survive, man. Being in Detroit, that's why Detroit is known for the pimps and hustlers. It wasn't referred to the cops and doctors. No, it's the pimps and hustlers. Because what was the hustlers and the pimps doing on the corner? So that's why I say you're gonna play the corner brother or the white collar brother. So the only way most people could make it in Detroit is being, the corner brother. And even for the girls, the corner girl. However you want to just put your descriptions. The only thing different, but translate different between the girls, what they go through is this. They go through more trauma because they always get with a dude who already in the game. So that's where they get their money from. Then the dude end up getting locked up. Then they go through their own set of trauma. And the girls have to go to the strip clubs. Dudes, we go through the same amount of trauma, maybe more too, because we go to jail for life, shootouts. So it even out about the same. Just the way you make it, being in the con, which I am, I cut corners like a motherfucker. Shit. If I could grab a house real quick, put a little bag down, put a little bubble down, put somewhere to feed my dogs, this is what we gotta do because we grew up in Detroit. You gotta think. The school systems was already corrupted. Our mayor been corrupted. This whole city being corrupted. So how do I fight crime when the crime is already on me? That's called entrapment. They forget that us brothers is smart. That's like what the government did with Rick Ross. They told him selling dope was illegal, but they gave him the dope. So it's just like this, man. Same thing with Chicago, a lot of other cities. Like, I ain't gonna veer off, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, gotta cut corners here, man, because everybody in it to win it. Everybody in it to feed their fam harder for the next day. So, I do whatever I gotta do to survive, man. I do whatever to feed my team, Whether that means get my life, like, no problem. Like, I know I ain't seen a lot and seen enough, but when you pushing for the right cause, that's what you gotta promote. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done did everything to put my team on. And when I say my team, I remember days when my sister crying. My oldest sister, 13 years older than me, crying. Her baby daddy on games. She pregnant in the house with a kid. You know what I'm saying? Car payments about to be due. She got 3 other kids that gotta get to school, bro. She pregnant, 8, 9 months. I can't get a job. Why? I ain't gonna blame me because at the time I was in school, high school student, no criminal record, applying for jobs, just didn't have a car because I was already broke. It wasn't hiring me. Seriously, it wasn't hiring me. They hired girls, but they wasn't hiring no dudes. Maybe because they feel like all us dudes, how we dress, the culture we come from, maybe they feel a little scary. I don't know. But me, my sister car note got paid. Because I feel like at the end of the day, whether I'm 15 or 14, I got little brothers and sisters I got a responsibility to own up to. I'm a man. I don't care what we got to do. My little niece not about to eat no books. So, I need to go get some money, man. And shout out to my whole gang. They know who they is. Free all of them. You know, we did what we had to do. So, long story short, I ain't gonna tell nobody don't cut no corners, bro. Cause what if that's your little brother? I don't give a fuck if it was President Obama. I guarantee you, if Michelle and his little daughters and there ain't got no money and they can't eat, he gonna get out here and do something, man. I don't care what you think. He gonna get out here and do something. And all the times, it's just not reality, man. Like, we don't grow up in the suburbs. I can't put my standard of living to what I call quote unquote white standard of living. I know that's not the right word. It's the wrong word, but they have other opportunities that they could pass. I can't pass. Like, I just went out to Southfield the other day. And even in Royal Oak, I still get pulled over because I'm black. It's 2020. You know what I'm saying? It's either I get pulled over because I'm black, or it's either I get pulled over because my car not new enough. So there's two things that I'm trying to tell people is, either it's the money, people racist towards money. If you don't have enough money, you're called what they call people, you just you don't nobody want to associate with nobody that's like the people that I stand up for, the fiends or the crackheads on the block. Like, if you ask me, I'm fighting for them. I'm the underdog. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting for the underdog, you know, because I'm an underdog. I ain't never grew up with nothing, bro. I'm talking about my dad was tight, putting me in Payless, Salvation Army. Then you a kid going to school, all the new kids got J's on. You ain't about to get no girls. So that's what I'm still trying to say. It's a prejudice against money. So you got to get that bag. So, I mean, I'm kind of losing focus on my question, bro.
That's cool. You
the pros and cons of Detroit.
You summed it up, though. You summed it up.
Yeah.
That's good right there.
Yeah.
So, how would you say, you know what I'm saying, being incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, shaped your mentality present day, you know what I'm saying? Coming out, you know what I'm saying, not going back to that, how would you say being incarcerated shaped your mentality today?
Incarceration, man, it's embarrassing, bro. Me, I got locked up. I've been locked up my whole life, for anybody don't know. I've been locked up since I was 11, 12, 13, 14. Every birthday for the last 4 years since I was 11 and 12, I got locked up. And then, that was in jail, juvenile, Wayne County Detention Facility, JDF. Remember, on tether, everything. I started off in high school on tether. So I went through them years, and 17, 16. I've been locked up my whole life until I actually became grown when I started sitting around 20 and stuff like that. Being locked up for the birds, bro, like, I'll tell you just straight up on G, like, you know what I'm saying? For some people, it keep you alive if you don't know your purpose or you know your cause. Like, some people need that time to sit. They may need 5 years because they so messed up from what the world already put them through. That 5 years gonna straighten them up. But with me, that's not the case. With me getting locked up, I was embarrassed, you know? Literally, like, I'm embarrassed. Like, I'm not getting no money out here. I can't provide for my niece, and me, I'm a known provider or a hustler. I'd rather die than not eat. Like, that's why people understand. That's why I do what I do to feed my fam, bro, because I'd rather die than be out here as you a bad uncle. You can't even give your niece $5 for an ice cream truck. That's not going to happen, because for that to happen, I'll take the whole ice cream truck. So what I'm saying is this. Being locked up was very embarrassing, man. There's nothing to be proud of. There's nothing to give no props or tutelage to. It's a joke, and it's a scam, and it's racketeering. What they doing is, this is how they do it. Okay, I got I just recently came out less than 9-10 months ago in Oakland County. Firstly, they racial profiled me when they pulled me over. That's first. That's across 8 Mile for most people that don't know. They racial profiled me. Once they racial profiled me, then they gave me some trumped up charges saying I was drinking, driving intoxicated, and they said they found weed. Right now, weed is legal, so they shouldn't take me to jail for that. But we get off that. Then they gave me the open driving while intoxication, which I had no liquor in the car, wasn't under intoxication. What I do suffer from is GERS, which is a medical condition, meaning if you drunk or what you drunk in the past 24 hours will regurgitate itself, but we'll push it off the record because they still stiff me. But just meaning this, Royal Oak right now has a 99.7.8 turnover rate. Most of the people that I know, some have done that, but as many people that has been charged and wrongfully committed, which I was, going through that, knowing that I was innocent, knowing that I didn't drink, knowing that I had a witness there to vouch for me, knowing that I was in school at the time, about to graduate in 2 more weeks. Good job out in Pittsburgh, $27 an hour, Knowing that they took that from me, it hurt. But I'm still cool. I bought a business off that, but I just feel like at the end of the day, the criminal system, it's a scam. And I'm not trying to say that to say, like, oh, I have prejudice. No, I have no prejudice, period. What I'm saying is the scam is they don't give you the traits to come out with. Most of the criminals that I know go right back. They're not equipping them with the skills. Only thing jail do is teach you how to be a better criminal. That's what I learned. I went in there being a street hustler, learning how to sell dope, and I already knew how to do that. I'm saying just selling dope and doing them things to now I'm a scammer. I went in there, I'm around 1 million different scammers, and that's the new dope game. Everybody's scamming, even your girlfriend, even your little cousin, everybody is a scammer. Detroit is not pimps and hustlers no more. It's the grimy and the scammers. Just like the mayor, just like what everybody did. That's why I want people to stop getting off the little people and look at these big people that's doing the same thing. So if it's a mayor who is getting paid over $140,000 a year, and that's better than anything we got, if he doing it, something gotta be up. But jail ain't doing nothing for me. It taught me how to be a better criminal, and it just made me hate the law and the world more. Because I feel like if I don't be a businessman and bring my team out this game, we're going to be here forever, because all the dudes I know is felons, and they put these titles on you because it's money. It's not about nothing but money. If you a felony, that means you pay probation. That means you have to pay the law. And they know the chances of you getting off probation is slim to none. Look at Meek Mill. He'd still be on probation today if it wasn't for Jay-Z. And you know what they came down to? Money. So what I'm trying to tell folks is the criminal system is not trying to help you. It's called entrapment. It's the same way the government gave us the dope from the beginning. When I was in jail, this is how they racketeered me. They brought me in there on some trumped up charges. Okay. I don't got an appeal right now because I ain't playing no guilty to nothing because we fighting that to the day I got money. But that's another story. They got me in there. They put me in an overcrowded cell already. First thing about Oakland County Royal Oak Jail, they privately owned. So that means they do what the fuck they want to do. Only about 30 to 40. It's called a 40-man cell or some shit like that. 40-man cell. They got 68 of us in there. All niggas, all crazy, white boys, military veterans that swear on they God on oath from the military that they about to break anything up in here. And I mean, this is serious. These people believe in that. One military veteran, I didn't believe he was from the military because of the way he was acting. But when you put people in that environment, you're going to get animalistic. When you put people in a cage, you're going to get animalistic behavior. I don't know about anybody else, but put yourself in a dog cage for about an hour and see how you start feeling. You're going to start shaking that cage. And then you already want to be out against your will. So things transpired, but there was overcrowdedness. Dude had hepatitis A. They just had an outbreak of hepatitis A. When I went in there, I got a lawsuit on that. They had blood all on the floor. Dudes fighting. Ain't no beds. Firstly, let's get that clear. So everybody's sleeping on the concrete. Niggas, people, doing they do. Ain't no females around. I'd rather for them to do they do than it be a dude. So people doing they do, whatever. People fighting. It's blood all across, the playing field. And you gotta sleep on that. I know some dudes were so scared just from the environment, they stood up and fell asleep. Just scared. Cause if you touch that dude little pillow mat, it's gonna go down. And it's gonna be a brawl. Ain't nobody sleeping. It's gonna go down. So this is what you gotta deal with. You got fiends, you got J's, you got people coming in for AIDS, and they cram us all into one little confined space less than a room. 65 people. You make it work. Then we go down to when we get to the cells, they got bed bugs, they got scabies. I remember dudes because you're supposed to have a medical check. Let's get real. This is a prison. We're a second grade citizen. Ain't no real medical checks. What medical checks? And you not a human being. You a second class citizen. You might as well be an illegal immigrant. Shout out to them, and not no disrespect, because I'm from the underdog nature. I'm just saying the way they treat you with these labels. When they put them labels on you, them labels mean a lot. So you get treated bad, man. You know what I'm saying? I was in there with dudes screaming for the correctional officers, in pain, hurting. You know what I'm saying? They putting them in the same bed with dudes with scabies. The dude just had scabies. They kick him out the pod, put somebody else there on the bunk. Unhumanitarian things. Second grade food. Commissary come around. You getting the Snickers that they wouldn't even give to the public in 5 months. The expiration date was 5 months ago. You getting that when you're locked up. Sorry. You're a second grade. You're a second class human. Who you gonna call? Who you gonna tell? You in jail. Who you gonna tell? You call your lawyer. How your lawyer gonna get in there to notify your case? They're not letting you through them doors. Period. It's privately owned, firstly. You can even do that with Wayne County. By the time you notified your lawyer, they'd have been beat your ass, put you in a hole, and they still not getting through. So you took that ass whooping for free for opening your mouth, and this is what I go through. So, for all my youngins out there, anybody that going through the life, don't get caught up, man. I'm gonna tell you, be the best of what you could do. Do not go to jail, bro. Do not go to jail, because I never knew how bad labels was. But labels is life and death. Somebody say you a fag, you're dead. Somebody say you a rat, you're dead. Or you better PC up. I mean, come on now. You better PC up, and that ain't even jail. That's just life. Just labels is everything, and it's about respecting labels. You know what I'm saying? But jail teach you that. Jail teach you how to be humble. Out here, people be on the internet wilding off at the mouth, cussing people out. But when you see them face to face, you can't do that. Out here in the streets, dudes talk that cocky talk. They got guns. When you go in jail, ain't no guns. So I can't talk to other brothers like I might talk to them on the internet. Or when I see them out in the streets, throw up that, woo, 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 we gonna get it popping. No, you're not. These dudes got hands. And this all it's about. And so you're gonna learn respect, because you're gonna get your ass beat 2-3 times. For you to learn respect, you can say all you want. Because if you don't respect the individuals around you, as far as the inmates, the CO's gonna make you respect something. So I learned hella respect in there. Bro. I learned even respect for myself, because I told myself I wasn't about to eat that shit. Fuck no. Slammed it back at the door. You know what I'm saying? But once you get starving after that, about first 72 hours, them plain ass Wheaties look good as fuck. But guess what? You ain't gonna get them because you already threw your food. You gotta wait. You gonna eat. You gonna lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Then some people got, commissary and stuff. I ain't have all that, because I ain't like them other dudes. I heard cats on the cell all day cussing out their mama, cussing out their baby mama. Where my commissary at? Bring me in the care pack. All that. Nah, not me. I ain't doing that. I extort them dudes. Sorry. It's just working the cons and pros of Detroit. I'm somebody, and I know who I am. When I went in there, my set was already established. Everywhere, most of the times where I go, my name already set in stone. Like, I don't really have to do too much. And if I do, it's gonna be the worst of the worst. So when I do it, then I'll be good after I handle that one thing that I gotta do. I might go in there, they might say, oh, your name, Ill Will from Dexter. This what we heard about you. This what we got going on. Let me see if you can clear that issue. I clear the issue, I'm the king now. So all I'm saying is, for kids, for adults, for anybody, don't ever go to jail, bro. Don't ever go to prison. Because guess what? Drugs don't stop in there. You're going to do them more. If you was out here opioid addiction in the streets, what you think you're going to do in jail when you ain't getting no money? You ain't got no job. You ain't got no family. You all day by yourself. Them drugs coming in, guess what? Because CO's pushing them. CO's bringing in more dope and heroin than anybody. And guess what? The ladies, they fucking some of the prisoners. Not all. But let's be real. Just life, you know? So it's like, jail for suckers, bro. That's all I'm gonna say on that, man. Jail for suckers. If you with that, my whole life is about money and getting me a wife. And jail goes against everything against that. So that's what we end that one. The last question I really love because it talked to me. Because it talked to a lot of other people from other cities, because everybody say that. It's kind of like a little baby quote or something like that. I heard somebody say that from Atlanta. Don't quote unquote me, but I've been, you know, moving, working, been in the streets my whole life. So like when I go to STL, you can't make it out of STL if you from STL, because nobody in STL will show you love. And I really shout out STL. Them boys know why. You know, shout out to the big homies and stuff. But same thing within Detroit. If you really from Detroit, you're not gonna get too much love. You understand me? So City of Detroit gonna do great. City of Detroit gonna do great because everybody that's coming to invest in Detroit not from Detroit. So the city of Detroit gonna be great. It's billionaires, millionaires, trillionaires that's making a killing because the people in Detroit don't have nothing. It's like basic economy. Why did the Mayans go? This is a unofficial quote, but it's something to bring relevance. Why did the Mayans go unexistence? Because they didn't have enough materials to maintain for their survival. Another culture found out that the Mayans exist. So that means other people survived. So that's the same thing I could do to break down Detroit. Detroit gonna survive because the people in Detroit is gonna die off. The ones that's the non-perishables, the underdogs, the ones that's not equipped, they're gonna die off. They might still be here, but they're gonna be still on the street. It's not gonna change. But the people from Cali, the people from San Francisco, people buying houses that I'd have had and stuff like that, oh, they got money and they come from money, so they buying this shit up. Look at downtown, they buying in billions. And the people that's here, they gotta move on. Like me, I'm trying to go out west, Oakland, Cali, Arizona, because I have to go to another place to get my money because I've been here too long. You sit anywhere too long, you become caught up. So like I say, it's just an even playing field for any state. Just like the dudes in Atlanta. They always say dudes in Atlanta can't get on because they're from Atlanta. They got to make their way out a little bit, then come back. So with me, I want to go out, then come back. I feel like I want to make it here in Detroit, period. Because Detroit is known to haters and we all coming with the same approach. But when I take my approach in Cali, it can be received better. Oh, this is a Detroit cat wearing buffs from Detroit. He looking stylish, he doing his thing, you know. But when you in Detroit with that, it's hate. So Detroit gonna be beautiful. Because all of the Detroiters here that's not non-factors, they're gonna be still non-factors. But it's gonna be people from Cali, people from Canada, people from Washington, people from New York that's gonna invest and they're gonna take over. Me, I'm gonna expand too. It's no hate in my game. I'm gonna be out west with it. Come back East Coast maybe sometimes. Might catch me down there in Pittsburgh. May catch me in Florida or something, you know. That's what you notice about everywhere you go. You're going to see a Detroit dude. Why? Look at Big Meech. He went to Atlanta. Why did he become Big? You think Big Meech would have became Big Meech in Detroit? No. Big Meech came Big Meech in somewhere else. So you gotta learn our history and just know what to do with it. So Detroit gonna be beautiful, and I'm gonna expand. So for the Detroiters out there, expand, go somewhere else. And them rich people that's already buying up the city, they gonna keep buying up the city. Sorry, we too late. Peace.